Hey, good afternoon, Platinum Top 50. My name is Ashton Rue. I'm the COO of Platinum Top 50 and so excited to be coming to you today from my home. I'm assuming that I'm joining most of you in your home, and so I just am so grateful for that opportunity. The fact that you would take time out of your day. Most of you probably took break from client calls or spring cleaning or homeschooling or breaking up kid fights. I can only imagine what you're up against because we're all in the same boat. To join us in this, what we're calling a snack time. We are really committed to bringing you educational content that helps accelerate your business and makes you more effective. And what better way to do that than with a topic on digitizing your business, taking things virtual, taking things online. We have learned so much in the last few weeks. As you know, Platinum Top 50 is a virtual events business. Is an in-person events business, and now we're a virtual events business. We have had to learn new systems, learn new processes, challenge ourselves, and get our clients comfortable with these new technologies to bring you these types of events so that we can still connect with our clients and connect with our agents. And so I'm just grateful for every one of you for getting online with us today. Like you know, all of our programs are underwritten by our generous partners. We could not do what we do without them. And I personally am very thankful. I know, as Amber is and the rest of the team, that we have jobs because we're able to make things like this happen. And today's event is coming to you courtesy of Meritage Homes. And I just think that what a fitting topic to have Meritage Homes present on with us because they lead the way in innovation and the things that they're doing with their product. And so I'm really, really excited to bring Rashay Penley online. She is live in Austin from their design studio, their brand new design studio. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. And just hear what they've got going on. Thank you so much for bringing us this program today, Rashay.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. We are so excited to be here and so excited to be a part of this whole new normal that is online presence. And so what a pleasure to be on with this, to learn some really great stuff from an expert. Excuse me. So it's my first time doing this, so bear with me. I am Rashay Pendley. I am the Division Sales Manager for Meritage Homes here in Austin. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Meritage today, if you don't mind just me taking a few minutes of your time before we get started. So I am going to see if I can do this really quick. I'm so sorry. First timer here. Oh, let's see, I don't have the, bear with me here real quick. I think I am sharing. Yes, I am. Okay. If I'm not, please let me know. But so first of all, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a moment of encouragement from us to you guys. We are all on the side of this mountain right now, and we're about halfway through it. So now is not the time to look down. It's time to look up. And it's time to see where we're going and to grab your best climbing buddy, to grab your team, grab your squad. Let's keep going up together because I assure you that when we get at the top of this mountain in a couple of weeks, there are going to be a lot of rewards that follow, and it's going to be amazing. So hang in there, guys. Keep looking up. A little bit about Meritage Homes. I've been in this industry for almost 2 decades. In the last 5 years, I have spent with Meritage Homes, and it has been the absolute best of my life. I love working for Meritage Homes. They are innovative and they're amazing to work with. It's amazing team culture here. At Meritage Homes, we have this logo, we have the slogan, and it's life built better. And that began as this pursuit to make owning the American dream just easier. We wanted to make it more transparent. We wanted to be affordable, but we didn't want to sacrifice quality. So there were some changes that we wanted to make several years back. We just weren't really sure where we were going to start making changes because we had already served over 100,000 people in the nation. It was kind of like, where are we going to start making changes to make ourselves better, to keep innovating, to keep moving forward? So we took a really hard look at what we were building, and we decided to make some changes from the inside out. And this is where we really take home building to a whole new level. We are providing homes that are healthier, cleaner, quieter, and more energy efficient than any other traditionally built home in the marketplace. And it started because we decided to change some ingredients. What was going into the homes. The first thing that we did is we changed the exterior walls. We put spray foam insulation in the exterior walls of all of our homes. And it goes all the way into the roof line as well. So your attic space is conditioned space as well. So for example, if you go up into your attic space during a hot Texas summer, it is going to be only a few degrees different than the interior of the home because it's completely insulated. But we started with one major change led to other major changes, because you can't just drop a brand new home like this into the equivalent of a Yeti cooler and expect it to breathe or to function properly. So we had to make some other changes on top of this. And the end result was that we completely re-engineered what we were building. We have a hospital grade filtration unit that pulls fresh air from the outside and pulls it into the home through this filtration system, which means that you're not getting the allergens, the pollens, the toxins that are in the outside world. It's not coming into your home because we're filtering it out. We're controlling the way the home functions, and it's amazing. So we talk about innovation. This is one of the big things that we do, and we're so proud of it because it's not only saving our homeowners money, it's giving them a better lifestyle inside their home. So one big change led to another. Before we knew it, we completely reinvented what we were building. But it wasn't just what we were building, it was also how we were building. We wanted to, it wasn't enough for us to just be, hey, let's be energy efficient. We also wanted to be environmentally conscious. So we pioneered some ways to limit our construction waste. We started utilizing advanced framing construction techniques. We started doing smart framing. It basically minimized the construction waste that we have at the end of a job, which is important to us because we want to talk the talk, but we also want to walk the walk. We also utilize a lot of technology to streamline our materials processes and our vendors. So the way we're actually functioning inside is there's a lot of streamlining going on. There's less paper that we're using. We're really relying on technology to help us go through the building process. So we're saving paper, we're saving trees. It's awesome. So speaking of technology, we also wanted to make our homes smarter. So we include an M-Connect tech package on all of our homes, and it allows our buyers to automate their homes from their smartphones with Wi-Fi thermostats, lighting, security, you name it. We can automate our homes now because we pre-wire them to do so. And the end result is, here it is. It doesn't get better than this. We love this picture. This is some of our happiest homeowners, some of our newest homeowners out in Cross Creek. They are loving their new Meritage home, and this is the reason, this is the end game right here. This is the reason that we do all of these changes and that we get so excited about what we do, and we're so passionate about what we do, because right here, this is the result, and this is what we love to see. This is our life right here. This is a life built better. So how do you get some of your own happy customers? Hey, bring them to us. We have so many ways right now to bridge the gap between the homes that we have in the market and the buyers out there that need the homes right now. And believe me, they are out there because we are still selling a whole lot of homes, even despite what's going on. And the reason that we've been able to do that is because, well, I'm just gonna say it. Meritage has been virtual since before virtual was cool, okay? So we've been virtual for several years. We have online resources out the wazoo for people to explore and to research and to see what we're doing and to be a part of what we're doing. So it is easy to research us online, find our homes online. It's easy to connect to us online. We have so many ways that we can connect. You want to Zoom, you want to Skype, you want to FaceTime, we're going to do it. It's all there for us, and we've been doing it for years. So connect with us. We're ready, and we've been ready for a long time. We can also help you with your purchase electronically. So when you're ready to purchase a home, we can send it all electronically. And also we can take your earnest money through a debit card or a credit card. So there's no check that you would have to drop off. You can actually swipe and do your earnest money all digitally. On top of that, we can also close you virtually. So it's pretty cool that we can also close the home transaction virtually. The only thing we haven't figured out is how to magically virtually make keys appear. So you still have to pick up your keys in person, but everything else can be done digitally, which is awesome. When you go to our website at www.meritage.homes.com, that's meritagehomes.com, you will see this beautiful banner that says now connecting virtually. And if you click on the virtual home buying button, it will take you to all the resources that I just named off. It's all there for the taking, and it's been there for a long time, so please check it out. We have 12 communities in the Austin metro area, and we are serving everyone virtually right now. So check out the map. If you need a home in a certain location, take a look. We probably have one for you. But I do want to touch on one special community. Unfortunately, we're having a grand opening during the middle of a shutdown. Normally we have these great parties with frosty beverages and balloons and all kinds of fun. We're just a little short on socialization right now. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do a virtual Big Sky Ranch grand opening. So let's raise a glass to Big Sky. Welcome to our new community. We have 3 different product lines in Big Sky. The first is our Heritage Collection, which starts at $262,990 and goes up to 2,200 square feet. This is our bungalow product, and it is the cutest bungalows in Texas. There are rear entry garages and wonderful curb appeal. You can check them out. If you are familiar with our Texas Heritage Village product down in Dripping Springs, you've seen this. And we also have the same sales team. Our superstars, Jake Weaver and Paul Smith, are ready to help you out. They can be reached at 1-877-ASK-MERITAGE. We also have 2 other collections down in Dripping Springs. We have the Texana collection starting at $290,990 for 2,783 square feet. And then we also have a Founders collection, which is a little bit larger on larger home sites, starting at $317,990 and goes up to almost 3,500 square feet. Our sales consultants down there are John Perez and Rochelle Lord. And again, they can be reached at 1-877-ASK-MERITAGE. Right now, we are having a virtual sales event. Woohoo! So make yourself at home, y'all. If you are making the most of the interest rates going on out there, we will do the rest. We will pay your closing costs now through April 30th. So come on by, bring your clients in, and we will help them get a great rate, and we will pay their closing costs through April 30th. We didn't leave you guys out either. Right now, if you help us sell an inventory home in the Austin area, we are gonna give you a 1% commission bonus. So take advantage. It's part of our Agent Rocks program because, hey, we kind of like you guys. We kind of think you're a big deal. We want to help you out. We want to reward you for your hard work. So we have an Agents Rock program. Be on the lookout because we are going to give you some more details on what our Agents Rock program is following this online program. So I want to end on this note right here, guys. I hope you guys have your running shoes on, and I hope you are prepared for when the floodgates open here in a few weeks, because once we are out of this shutdown, we are going to light it up. We have always said that the Austin real estate market is on fire, and Mr. Maverick here is our spirit animal for Team Austin. We love, love, love that you guys are an extension of our Team Austin, and we just invite you to reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you because we are here to serve. Our number is 1-877-ASK-MERITAGE. Thank you guys so much for having us. I'm going to turn it back over to Ashton.
Oh my gosh, well that picture was so cute. Oh my goodness, that was adorable. I'm gonna get myself back online here. I just, let me see here, there we go. Let me see if I can start my video and hide us back up. Yeah, well, so excited. I just, one thing that is just so wonderful and it's hard to deny is how contagious you are and how much you love your job and love what you do. I think everybody just needs that extra level of excitement right now. And so I'm just so grateful to have you on and have you sharing with our group today, because I think that that is just what we need. It's just that cheery personality, and you did a wonderful job and made me want to buy a home. So
we are in this together, and this is a team effort. So everybody support each other, encourage each other. Look up.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rashay, and we'll have a little bit more from Meritage later on. So really excited to jump into our program, you guys. When we think about virtual technology, we think about being online. We have been utilizing for years features and functionality that have existed to make our lives easier. We've been using it out of convenience, and we've been using it to gain a competitive edge in our space. And I know that that's especially true in real estate. But now digital isn't so much about having the competitive edge or the advantage against your competitors. It is out of pure necessity. You know, if you go, and we were talking to some people yesterday, and they were talking about, I'm so tired of those articles that say 5 reasons or 5 ways to, I mean, because that is not real life. How many of you have seen a blog that says, you know, how to build a digital marketing strategy for my real estate business during a pandemic? There hasn't been anything put out like that historically. So I really just am so encouraged to partner with someone that Platinum Top 50 trusts, that our agents have trusted. That's actually how we came across Digital Wheelhouse and Joe Flores, who is our speaker today. One of our trusted agents in San Antonio has used Joe and his company to advance their digital strategy. And we actually have hired them recently to bring our directory campaign online, our consumer directory campaign that is featuring our PT50 agents. A lot of you are participating, and we're so grateful for that. We are churning out a landing page, awardwinningagents.com, which will be directed at consumers when the directory launches in May. And so we have got a lot of just expert information coming to you from Joe Flores, and I'm gonna bring him live on here with us. Joe, thank you so much for coming to us from, you're at home, right?
Yeah.
Home office.
Home office, yep. Hey guys.
So this is Joe, trusted vendor and friend of Platinum Top 50, and we matched today. We didn't plan that, but we do.
Yeah.
We're in the Digital Wheelhouse brand color. So Joe, I think you said yesterday that you've been in this business since Google came online. So tell us a little bit about your history and what makes you qualified to have this conversation today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in business since 2005, since the beginning, since online. Really, Google came out in 2003, Facebook, you know, years after that. But we've been helping businesses throughout different parts of Texas and in the U.S. really just create strategic and profitable plans from taking their business offline to online. So we've been at this since the beginning, right? But obviously through what's happening right now, we're seeing most people being forced into having to go online or kind of maybe adapt or reposition themselves. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're committed to helping these companies or helping agents, you know, really make sure that they're positioned well and they're seeing a profitable return in their investment as they get themselves to be seen on the internet.
And, you know, today we're not going to just be talking about paid strategies, because that's just one piece of all of this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's the paid side, but you also, you know, there's the organic side still. And then there's also just doing business, the normal things you do to connect, engage, or make the deal happen, right? It's not all just having to do with paid strategies, but you know, there's a lot of digital tools that are implemented to make sure that you're able to efficiently do your job at the highest level.
Absolutely. I want to encourage everybody who's on this call. It says we've got 51 folks live with us right now. Want you to really feel some ownership in this presentation. Joe and I are going to talk through some strategies that have worked for us and that we've seen work for some of our clients and seen work for other PT50 agents. But we really want to hear what you're doing. We want to hear your questions if there's something specific you want us to touch on. So please use the chat function, use the live Q&A. We also actually have a poll that I want to put up here in a little bit that we're going to ask you some of the strategies that you're using using. So I just want you to feel empowered to either send questions through the chat or the Q&A. So, you know, one thing that we're really going to talk about at the beginning is just those operational day-to-day things that make us more efficient and more effective online. We're all using different tools. We're all trying to manage calendars, and we're managing emails, and we're trying to make all of those things work together. Joe, what are you seeing as being effective in your space?
Well, obviously you have the video conferencing. I mean, as we're doing now, right? A lot of us are working from home or have a team that are also working remotely. So I think it's important to still be able to connect and communicate with your team or just with any potential prospects, leads, buyers, things like that. So you have your communication tools such as Zoom. I mean, I'm a big fan of Zoom. I've done the GoToMeeting. I've done the Skype. Zoom has been a one that we've really used for the past year. So I've always been a fan of it. Super cost effective. But then you have your free ones that are available for you. I mean, you have your FaceTime, you have your Facebook Messenger, Skype. You have those ones that you can connect with. But it's mostly to be able to kind of put that face-to-face connection with whoever you're dealing with, right? So whether it be your team or your lead prospects. Another one is obviously for me, I've always used it. I've been virtual for years now, but I'm paperless. I don't do any really printing or mailing agreements. It's always been e-signature. So it's just, they get it right to their email. So you have the DocuSign type apps that are available for you. I've seen, we kind of seen more of a rise on that. Then of course you have your scheduling software for like anything to make that piece of your sales process, to be able to connect with somebody to maybe have that meeting, instead of figuring out what time is best for you and going back and forth. There's a lot of apps out there. My favorite is Calendly. It's super cheap and allows you to really send a link. It connects right to your Google Cal, your Microsoft Calendar or whatnot, and allows you to really kind of streamline that process pretty effectively.
Yeah, and I really want to touch on that because that has been a game changer for us at Platinum Top 50. We interact with a lot of agents. We interact with a lot of clients in both San Antonio and Austin markets. And as we're looking to grow, that just continues. And so really optimizing our time to be more effective, eliminating some of that back and forth. And what you see is that people are okay with just to click the link and snag the 30 minutes on your calendar, because chances are they're going to find a time that is convenient for them if you're opening up enough slots on your calendar. So again, Joe is listing off some really great resources. We're going to send those out to you guys afterwards, a list of these, so you know what they are, because sometimes they're a little bit hard to track down. But he said Calendly. We use HubSpot for ours. So some of you might be familiar with the HubSpot CRM on the paid plan, being able to link your meetings directly to your Google Calendar. Again, it's something that we really love. And some people even just put it right in their email signature to be able, somebody could get it. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to get in touch with your clients, and maybe you're trying to reach out to multiple clients at one time, is opening up a bunch of spots and letting them snag the time that's convenient for them, even if there's not really a set agenda to talk about. It's more of an open invitation for them to set a meeting with you.
Yeah. And as far as like, bringing it back to the real estate world, a lot of things that we're seeing is like, they're agents kind of testing out like virtual open houses, things like that. So you have they have that opportunity to use whatever tools or assets you had available to you. I mean, maybe you had a Matterport video or some kind of virtual video tour video. Utilizing like Zoom, you can have this one-on-one interaction to where you can maybe pull up that video or that Matterport, or even just photos. Even if you have some great photos of a property, being able to just go through them, talk to them just like this, and really virtually explain or virtually do that walkthrough of the home to kind of show the features that are available, really those selling points of what makes that home unique or more efficient or whatnot. So, really just kind of not overthinking it, just really just keeping the tools simple. I mean, we all know we need to connect. We need to be able to have that virtual interaction at this time, but just, do the same things you were doing offline, but just kind of bringing it to the online world and being able to kind of maybe still add that or connect with that prospect and build that rapport with them and really make those valuable or provide those valuable insights to them as they're looking to buy.
I think you hit on something so great just then, is that it doesn't have to be complicated. I mean, you can invest in one small tool that maybe makes you a little bit more efficient in one area that really sets the tone for the way you're doing business now. And you touched on virtual tours. I was actually reading before we jumped on that Zillow has reported that virtual tours are up 408% since February,
wow.
which that is not a surprise, but when you hear that number up 408%, it's pretty crazy. And I know that a lot of, all the agents that are on this call, everybody's in the same boat. They're having to juggle making hard decisions. Do they take someone to go and look at a home? Do they stick to doing everything virtually? But one thing that you can't separate is the fact of how important the agent is to the experience. So really want to touch on that a little bit more about utilizing a function like Zoom. And it doesn't have to be Zoom. Again, we can use any different scenarios, but what I think I want to talk about and maybe give some really practical tips on is using this kind of functionality, whether it's a one-on-one conversation through a Zoom meeting, to be able to walk a client through a virtual tour, to where it's not just giving them the unbranded video and letting them use their own imagination. It's really adding your personal connectivity and experience to the conversation.
Yeah. And I think, are we expanding like the different available other tools? Because another thing that I'm seeing is the like Facebook Lives. Again, just really using, Facebook Live, connect with anybody through that, where you're maybe hosting a Q&A. I think, Q&As are valuable in the real estate industry because, just like what we're having today, it's a Q&A in a way where if people have questions about how they can go online, get their business online, or even just any of these tools that we're using, you have questions and answers just like a home buyer does, right? They have a million questions. They want to know this and they want to know that. Well, hosting those moments in time where you can actually provide that insight and that information is going to be what's key during this time, because we don't know where we're going to be in 30 days, 90 days from now. So now's the time to really put a plan and start taking action to really streamline your process if you haven't been doing it already. So
absolutely.
Just try to, start now and just figure out what tools, or find somebody, a mentor, a Facebook group, somebody like us. If you have any questions on how to do these things, we can definitely be that resource or that mentor for you guys to take action, or at least put a plan together so you can start utilizing these tools that are very effective for you.
I think that when we look at content moving a little bit towards social media, leveraging a tool like Facebook Live, obviously all of these things, and I say obviously, I know this, but I take for granted that a lot of people on the call might not know, is about the integration functionality that is available through a lot of these tools. I think it seems intimidating that, okay, well, I've got to get Zoom set up and I've got to get Facebook set up and I've got to go live with Zoom here and then I'm live with Facebook here. And that's not the case. This call right now is integrated fully with Facebook and streaming live there. So just with a matter of a click, I was able to take this conversation with Joe online to Facebook and reach multiple different audiences, and not just on the Platinum Top 50 Facebook page, but on my personal Facebook page. So immediately that engagement grows because I'm able to share it on multiple platforms. And content wise, bringing new ideas to, agents, relying on your vendors, just like we're doing. Joe is a vendor of ours, a trusted resource. You have those tools in your toolkit to be able to do something just like this, to bring value to your clients, to stay top of mind. Because again, there's a lot of doom and gloom right now. People are at home, you have captive audiences, and honestly, people are desperate for good news. They're desperate for education, and they're desperate to feel like they've been productive during this time. So just encouraging you to think outside of the box, but not to feel pressure that it has to be really complicated. You have the tools in your toolkit right now.
I totally agree. I definitely think that, it's a lot easier than it sounds, and some people are intimidated, especially if they haven't really been utilizing it, in the past or for whatever reason. But I can surely attest to that. It is super simple. I would recommend how I started was just practice with my colleagues, my teams, my wife, just kind of like, hey, I'm testing this new feature. Just test it with people and until you feel comfortable, and you'll realize it's pretty simple. And then once you get the hang of it, you'll probably be using it more than you really have been in the past.
And I think another thing too is tying into what is meaningful to you. Even though we are online and we have taken our business virtual, that doesn't mean we have to lose the personal connection. And if now more than ever, people want to see you, they don't want to see perfection. And so being able to utilize even your social space to host. One thing I thought of is like, I love wine. Why not, if I were a real estate client and wanted to get inside of my clients' homes and be a part of them, is hosting a virtual wine tasting and sending them 3 bottles of wine that they can pick up at HEB or have delivered through Favor, and host that as a virtual conversation, being able to be a resource for them, but also just to stay top of mind, because eventually, even if they're not buying a house right now, they're going to be buying a house or selling a house 6-12 months down the road, and you want to stay top of mind. So those are just some like fun content ideas too, that it doesn't have to all be about business. It doesn't have to be just about virtual tours or the photography. Tap into something that you really care about and turn that into content that you can share with your sphere.
I'm a big fan of content, so I absolutely agree with that. It's just another way to, beyond this COVID thing that we living in now. I mean, it's been common practice to have a good sound set strategy or digital strategy, and that's part of it. That's part of the formula. Having great content to position you as an expert in the field is just going to help you have a sequence of information that's going to drip out to your prospects, to your leads, to nurture them into potentially, when they are ready to buy or sell, they're going to come to you, because you have been the person that's been really providing as much valuable information as possible. So absolutely, it's just another way to really make sure that piece of the puzzle is working 100%.
And I know agents, a lot of you have support from your brokers, have a lot of marketing support there, but there are a lot of agents that don't. There are a lot of agents that are one-man show that don't have the resources, or they don't have the time to do some of these things. That's why we do this. And so we want to help make you more effective. Would love to hear from anybody that's out there. If you want to chime in to us, either in the Q&A or the chat. Rashay chimed in from Meritage that she loves the idea of bouncing content ideas off. Actually, for a few seconds, I want to take a break real fast and do a quick poll. Find out what you guys are doing. Again, this is anonymous. It'll share the answers with us. Everybody can see it live. So I'm going to launch this poll, and let me give you some time to get you to answer. See if we can get the folks that are viewing to chime in and let us know. What is your biggest pain point when it comes to creating a digital strategy for your business? I know a lot of those things are concerning to agents. A lot of us that are in small business, those are really important. I feel you. A lot of people just don't know where to start. They need help, and that's totally a real thing. The other question on the poll is, what digital tactics are you currently implementing in your business? And that's multiple choice. Virtual tours, virtual meetings, organic social media posting, paid social media, email campaigns, marketing automation. I mean, there are a ton of options. I mean, the list is never ending, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty broad out there, and people are doing different things, and we've been a part of many of these that you have on your list here.
And I think that it's pretty interesting. I mean, not one person has answered that they don't see the value in this. So obviously it's important. And it seems like popular answer is don't know where to start. 17 of you have said that you're doing virtual tours, virtual meetings. Would love to hear what tools you're using. If you want to chat to us and let us know what tools you're using, what you've had success with. Or for those of you who don't know where to start or don't understand the tools, shoot us off some questions and let us know what you're needing help with. We'd love to take some time to answer some of that. And while we're getting some more questions. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. We have about half of the people participated. Awesome. Thanks for getting us your answers. So number one answer, don't know where to start, need help. That's why we're here. We'd love to give you some insight. And then digital tactics, most popular right now, virtual tours, virtual meetings. That does not surprise me at all. Lilo Carol is using Zoom. We love Zoom. We're on a paid plan at PT50 that allows us to do our meetings and do webinars like these. I'm gonna let some more folks chime in. I'm gonna share my screen real fast. I've got a quick video from Meritage Homes, and we'll come back and answer some questions. I don't think my screen didn't share. Sorry about that. There we go.
We build for you, the relentless perfectionist, the one who refuses to settle for someday. Because we're with you. It's not enough to say someday. It's not enough to settle for good. We believe every family deserves a home built better. And we're passionate about engineering an energy efficient home that gets better the longer it's lived in because of the life it allows your family to lead. A home that keeps the kids just as cozy in the loft as they are in the living room and helps your entire family breathe easier. A home that saves up to 50% on utility bills so you can host bigger barbecues, have more date nights, and do more living. We won't rest until a home that allows you to live better, smarter, healthier is the new standard, the new American dream. So we'll keep working to innovate brilliantly, design thoughtfully, and execute flawlessly. All this so we can deliver on dreams your family never dreamed possible. All this so we can hand you the keys to a life built better.
And for those of you tuning in, all of this is possible because of Meritage Homes. Again, we are just so grateful for partners that invest in us and bringing quality programs to agents. Meredith Alderston, hi Meredith, using Zoom for all client meetings right now. We didn't really talk about this, Joe, but I think too, one thing that we should really hit on is screen recordings, being able to take advantage of the time maybe when you're not doing meetings, but you're able to do some either walkthroughs of your Matterport tours or your photo libraries. Talk a little bit about that. Oh, sorry, Joe, hold on, I muted you. Let me unmute you, there you are.
Awesome. So one of the ideas we have been playing around with recently is the just the fact that many agents already have these assets. You've already invested into a Matterport video or a professional video tour of the house. Is basically kind of take some time and really maybe screen record yourself going through that tour. So if it's a Matterport, for example, you're clicking through and you're going through the kitchen and you're talking about the different features and the granite and all the wonderful features about it, right? You're walking through the different home. You're basically pre-recording this to where then you can then take that video, share it out to your network, put it a link in the email, put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, wherever you need to. Put it on your landing page. If most agents have dedicated landing pages of the actual home that's for sale, put that there with a form where it's like, hey, with the call to action that says, take a tour of the home. But instead of them relying on them to kick through, it's just they hit play and it's already a pre-recorded video of you walking through as if you were walking them physically in person, So it's just, if you don't have a virtual tour of that store, maybe it's a video, maybe it's just photos where you're just pulling up, screen recording where and I'll go over the tools of what those look like, but it's just basically you pull up all your best photos of the home and you're just, again, you're using voice, like a voiceover to describe the home and all the wonderful features of it. So I think those will really work well because then on your landing page, you can just say, hey, if you want to know more, if you really want to set up a one-on-one, right? Then, click the link below to fill out, schedule a time to connect with me and I'll be happy to explain more in detail. And some of the tools that we use, that I use that are free for if you're an Apple user. QuickTime does this for free. It's already built in your Apple computer. You literally just hit screen record and make sure your mic is on, and you can just start talking, and it's going to record whatever you're clicking on the screen. It's going to record that with your voice. For window users, there's Ocam. It's a free one. Adobe Captivate. It's a free 30-day trial on that one. Camtasia. There's also ScreenFlow for Apple users. It's another premium one that I use myself, but I use a combination of QuickTime and ScreenFlow. But they all work well, and they're really just, again, just trying to keep it simple. You don't have to invest. There's free ones out there. It's all about what you do with the tools that makes it effective. And I think that is one idea that I'm seeing out there that people are kind of utilizing to help be proficient. So that way you can record it once and you can send it for any prospects or leads. You can just resend that same valuable content there.
I mean, and those things are so valuable right now, because I think you pulled statistics for me yesterday that that Facebook has seen a 40% growth in the people using feeds and stories to get updates from family and friends during this time. Especially messaging on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, setting up your business page to be able to Facebook business page to be able to intercept messages automatically, to where you don't feel like you have to be attached to your device all the time, even though all of you are, that you're there getting those. Amanda asked, can we have the different programs? I didn't catch what Joe said. Hey, Amanda, are you talking specifically about the screen recording platforms? You can just type in, and he mentioned a couple of different ones that are free. I didn't get you. Adobe platforms.
Yeah. So for Apple users, if you have an Apple computer, QuickTime is already built into it. Do a little search on your computer for QuickTime. It's a free app that's already built right into your Apple computer. For Windows users, Ocam. If you just search for that, like on a web browser, search for Ocam, and you can download that one for free. There's also Adobe Captivate. It's a really great tool, and right now they're offering a free 30-day trial. And by the way, they're offering a lot more than a free 30-day trial. I think you can even get like a credit for up to 3 months to use their platforms because of this. So I would highly recommend. I myself have gone through all my subscriptions and have gotten like 3 months where I don't have to pay anything. So that's going to alleviate any kind of expenses that I'm currently or normally paying on. So definitely, if you do sign up for a subscription or try out, give them a call or chat with them online and see what kind of credit you can work out because of this.
Mary's asking for suggestions for Android users. Any cool tools or apps that specifically for Android?
I can find that out. I'm not an Android user myself. I do know that I'm an Apple guy. Mm-hmm. But I can find that out. I have a team full of Android users, so I know there is one. I know Apple has a screen recording capability built in right into the phone on the new devices. So I can I'll definitely, if you want to reach out to me after this, I'll send a link to where you can connect with me. And if you have any questions on anything we discussed specifically, if you want to dive in deeper, we can set up a one-on-one, and I'll be happy to share any insight that we have towards any of this that we're talking about.
Somebody asked me a question yesterday that I thought was really interesting, because they were going to go do a virtual walkthrough, I guess, on their phone. And that seems to be super common as well. If you're not using Matterport or something that's 3D, that agents are going in and they're actually doing, a walkthrough on FaceTime or a video recording of it, which, I mean, absolutely, you've got to do what you got to do, but quick editing of those videos. I mean, if you're an Apple user, iMovie is what I suggested. I mean, that's on your phone, it's on your computer, pretty user friendly. You don't have to be a producer to have to churn out that information. But again, that's great content.
Yeah, absolutely. What is it? iMovie is a free one. I mean, for anybody who's looking to do any kind of video, maybe where you take a photo and you put a voice over it, there's a free one. I'm sure everybody's familiar with Canva, right? Canva is what allows you to design some social media. Well, there's a video kind of comparison to Canva, but for video, it's called Animoto. Very easy friendly tool to kind of basically snippet any kind of video. You can make really enticing videos and upload any voiceover. So if you record your voice, even if you record your voice using a memo, walking you through this way, just take that little memo clip, put that inside your video clip, and that should that
I
could,
love that.
you know,
Yeah,
be
if you had a
context.
professional video that was unbranded and could put some a voiceover underneath it with the music bed to be able to give that personal experience of walking through that home, especially even if you wanted to do that custom for a client or two, you could. Lots of creativity there, and I really
Yeah,
think the sky's the limit on those things.
absolutely.
So what do you say if we're looking at, okay, once this is over and life is back to normal, what can we take with us, you know, that we're doing now to take it in to the next, you know,
Well,
as we
normal,
move on, take this type
yeah,
of strategy where it's long term.
yeah, I do believe it's going to be normal right back again. I don't know what that new normal is going to look like. I mean, who knows? But I think we already know. I mean, people know digital advertising, digital marketing is not going anywhere. It's been around for a very long time. I've seen it since the beginning of time. More and more people are online these days, especially now. I mean, we've seen such a huge increase of how many people are engaging online. But um, it's really, I believe it's this whole pandemic has really forced businesses and people to really rethink their online position. And my best advice is just keep with it. Really keep adding and learning these new tools. It's just going to make you more effective, especially the ones that are helping you do your job faster, better, and more efficient than anybody else. Like I said, just keep it simple. I mean, you know, make a list of what you have, what you know now, and then also make a list of who you know that knows these things, and really try to combine the two, because you don't have to know it all. But if you know people and you start building a little circle of influence where you know, you can rely on some of that help, that somebody maybe knows more of it, they can either teach you or do it for you or help you some sort. It's just going to make you it's going to make you stronger, and it's going to be better for you in the long run.
Yes, absolutely. Surrounding yourself with people who are smarter than you are. I mean, it's the success to business, and I believe it. We let's see. So Meredith Alderson had a really great tip. If you're doing your own videos, having a phone stabilizer, super helpful. I have an iPhone tripod that I love. I mean, you can make yourself a mini setup. I mean, very similar to what Joe has. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that fancy, but being able to stabilize your video, or even having a mic set up with you. Oh, yeah. So a couple more questions we want to get in there. So yes, so iPhone stabilizer, Amazon. I mean, you can get everything on Amazon. I have a iPhone tripod, again, that I said that I love. Mary asks, what 3 tools do you suggest are most moving forward? Gosh, if you had to pick 3, what would you pick?
Definitely Zoom. This is right now my #1 tool with my team, with my clients, prospects, leads. It's a Zoom meeting. I'm in like, I don't know how many Zoom meetings throughout the day, every day, since even before this, now more so than ever. But I mean, like I said, I have clients that are outside of the city, so I have to find ways to communicate with them very effectively. So Zoom has always been my favorite, but definitely Zoom or some sort of virtual conferencing software. And there's a few out there like GoToMeeting, Skype. I mean, you can, before Zoom, I was always doing Skype calls with teammates and whatnot. FaceTime, you know, get on the phone with them this way. I mean, you have these virtual conferencing tools already available for you. Yeah. So that would be my first and foremost. My second one for you, like if you're really trying to generate leads, is making sure that you have like basically a way for somebody to contact you, right? Whether it be a dedicated landing page, if you're selling a specific home, ways to really reach you. And then, so making sure like landing pages and forms, and making sure your phone number is very visible. But I would also say, make sure that you're being able to like, you know, maybe that third one is like a video screen share of some sort to go over like the homes and the features, and record that. Cause then you can resend that, text message that to a potential prospect, like, hey, I got this video, check it out. You already kind of done it once, and you don't have to keep having that same virtual meeting with going through the same thing over and over. Like, record it once, and then now you have that, you can just reuse it over and over. Now, if you want to perfect it and kind of redo it again, that's fine, but just do it once, and that way you have that. You don't have to waste time doing it over and over and over. So.
Yep.
That would
Sassy
be a good
Hackett
question.
asks about any apps other than Plainly that schedule your social posts. Sassy, I love Sprout Social. Until we really dove in with HubSpot's marketing platform, we relied on Sprout Social to manage all of our Facebook and Instagram profiles in both markets. So that's super helpful. Really great marketing and reporting tools that you can see. And other ones include, I also like Feedly is a good one, and CoSchedule. Some of them come with free plans. Hootsuite is another one, come with free plans. You can do very basic. If you just have 1 or 2 profiles to hook up, then they make you get onto a paid plan. But again, you might be able to get a deal right now since people are online more often. And if it's a monthly fee, it's very minimal, like $9.99 a month or something like that. I think was the last time that
Yeah, and a lot of people are giving free trials right now and extending that free trial for a longer time period throughout this time. So definitely look into those.
Yes, Sassy, they do. Pretty sure. The only thing that we ran into, she asked, do they let you schedule carousel posts on Instagram? The only really kind of hang up that I found with a lot of these publishing apps is that they push it to your phone and you have to still manually push your Instagram update through your phone because Instagram is a mobile-based app. There are, HubSpot is actually the only one that I haven't dug much deeper than that actually publish from the platform onto Instagram. So that's always been kind of a workaround that's annoying. Yeah, it definitely is. The other thing is too, like if you're just on Facebook, and there are some people, and that's okay. Like, I mean, Instagram is owned by Facebook now. So Facebook owns the world, just like Google and Amazon own the world. So if you have an Instagram account, you have a Facebook account, you can link those together. Again, I was talking about integration, linking those 2 tools together. The social media professional in me says do not do the same content on both platforms because the audiences are different and the image sizes are different. But if you are one of those people who don't understand the tools or you just need to be doing something, tie those 2 together, integrate them together to where when you're making one post on one or you're putting a story on one, it posts it on the other so that you at least have that presence there. That's not my best practice advice, but it is a little bit of a workaround for those of you who just need to be doing something. And Facebook, you can schedule right in the platform. You can schedule posts in advance. The other one that I love that we did not talk about in email is Boomerang. Love some Boomerang. I know a lot of you agents keep odd hours and you send emails or check emails in the middle of the night. Last night, Amber was sending us messages on Slack at 3:30 in the morning because she was up and her mind was rolling. That's a great time to Boomerang emails so that your people that you're sending it to see it later on in the day. So basically, it is an extension to your inbox that allows you to schedule an email to go out at a later time, and really love that. So if I'm working at midnight and I don't want people to think that I'm crazy or worry about my sanity, set up my Boomerang to send an email out at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then that's when they get it.
And if anybody's using Gmail, that's actually a free. It's built into Gmail now. So I used to use HubSpot, the little kind of plugin, but now Gmail offers it for free. But that's one of my favorites. I do it late at night, sending emails, but everything goes out right at 7 a.m. That's actually probably another top one of mine.
Top one of mine too would be Boomerang.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. We're about to close things up. Any other questions that anybody has, feel free to put them in the chat with us. We're also going to be sending out a list of Joe's resources. We're going to send you a link to Joe's landing page. Joe, why don't you go ahead and put the landing page in the chat for everybody, and then we'll send it out as well to everyone else. So again, if you're wanting to get a consultation with Joe, if you have some questions for him, he is a great resource to reach out to. PT50 agents, I'm here as well. We love our agents and we want to help you through this time. So it's a great way for us to connect with you as well. And another resource I did not touch on is the resources from your title partners. I know that all of our preferred title folks, our business development reps, they have a tremendous number of social media resources from a content standpoint with tools. I know that they'd love to get on a call with you and talk through those as well. One more question we've got that says, content inspiration during COVID times, too much, too little?
I would recommend just kind of maybe keeping it, if it's about updating people about your protocols. That is one thing we've been doing across the board with everybody. I mean, that was from day one, really making sure the website was updated with information, with any protocols you're doing, handling, as far as like appointment onlys right now, or the fact that you're following these steps, 6 feet away, sanitizing doorknobs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You want to make sure that everybody knows that you have some kind of plan in effect. So I wouldn't, I mean, if it's in regards to that information, by no means is not too much. But as far as like maybe using it as for like clickbait or some sort, like if there's no substance behind it, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if it's something as, again, it's valuable, if it's valuable information, it's a great information for your prospects.
I think too, generating content that is personal to you. If you're doing something in your community or your neighborhood, or you set out a blessings table for the people to grab a roll of toilet paper, I saw that someone in San Antonio or had set something like that up. If you're doing something like that, I mean, that's great. That's content inspiration. Again, it is a pandemic. We want to be sensitive to that. People are scared. People are losing their lives. Those are things that we have to be sensitive to, but your business owners as well. So maintaining
absolutely.
the reputation of your business, that you are following safety and protocol is huge. And again, maintaining the trust from your clients is really important as well. So I think writing a very fine line, but also just finding joy in this time. I think people love puppy dogs and rainbows, and there's not enough of it right now. So if you can use that as content and inspiration to do something fun, to think outside of the box, to share an article that you read that inspired you, or a video that made you laugh, those are really great content inspiration for you to find as well. Joe, thank you so much just for your wisdom and being a part of this conversation today. Going to bring Rashay back on. Want to see her smile one more time. I think that everybody deserves to see that level of happy again. Everybody, thank you so much for being on. Meritage Homes, thank you. We love you guys. Are very, very just so blessed to be partnered with really awesome people, surrounding ourselves with the best. And so we want everybody to stay safe, stay sane. We are going to be following up with an email after this with some resources from you guys. And just thank you, all our participants that were online today, and be on the lookout. We've got more exciting content coming soon, a few more of these events coming up in Austin for you guys next week. And we'll be seeing you again online soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody be safe.